I don't mind.
Yeah.
Tell you it's not going to have to move for a long time.
Hey-o.
Derek Carr. He is
committed.
He's very rich, and he listen, man. The Raiders in that front office, they ain't jacking around, Jack. They are not. They get Devontae Adams. They make a number of moves. Now you got Derek Carr, a 3-year extension worth $121.5 million, tying him through 2025 to Las Vegas. You know what the longest tenured quarterback is in the AFC?
Is it him?
It's Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Longest tenured quarterback in the AFC.
And it's such a brutal list now of great quarterbacks in the AFC, right? I mean, Carr's already been there, but just that list, it's going to be fluid. It's going to change. But we look at what Joe Burrow did last year, the excitement of some of these other young guys, of course, Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Man. And I felt, Dave, like all this time, like the Raiders are, like Carr's just like right there where you go, a lot of Sundays, man, he's good.
Yes.
He's really good.
Right.
But can you upgrade? And you think, yeah, there's some guys that are better. But he's just right on that fringe of like, it's really tough to find a guy that's better than him.
Sure.
Because I think there are, but he's a Raider. He loves that organization. He feels the part. But now they've committed. Once you go for Adams, it's like, okay, you've got a guy that you have the quarterback with him. That's the partnership. Protect him and see if you can have a great offense.
I love that he's getting paid, and I love that he's staying in Las Vegas because of a lot of what you just said. Like, obviously, he's talented.
Yeah.
But I love the way he carries himself. I love the way he leads that locker room, and I love the way he truly, like when he says, like, I might retire if I wasn't a Raider.
Right.
I kind of believe he would.
Because sometimes he says more quarterback speak,
right.
But I mean, you have to believe, I don't think he's a dishonest guy.
No.
And the fact that now it's a new regime that's making the decision, like if this was Gruden, you go, well, okay, they're kind of tied together. This guy likes him, and
sure.
But it's a new group that says, you know what, we've identified this. Let's just, this is what we're doing. This is our plan until it's not our plan, and right now they're extending that out.
But I understand. From a 50,000-foot point of view, you know, I'm a Niner fan, but I've always rooted. I've been very open. I've always rooted for Derek Carr. I actually wonder what Raider fan thinks. Like, I think maybe I'll that'd be a good poll today. Is it?
Well, you think there's a part of him like?
I think you hit it. I think there's a lot of Raider. I think there's a lot of Raider fans that are going to look at this movie and go, like, yeah, Derek's above average.
Yes.
And he's going to get us, you know, to the playoffs maybe more often than not. And maybe even we'll hit the second round or, gosh, maybe a conference final at best. But are we – there's also the side you don't want to explore, which is this. We talked about it before. Are the Raiders going to beat the Chiefs, the Bills, the Chargers, you look at all the quarterbacks in the AFC alone? Better to spend that money and stay in that, you know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th seed range, or better to not spend the money, grab something out of the draft because you're ceilinged with Derek Carr.
I think it's an interesting case because I think it's how you look at things.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders will go. Other people will rank the AFC West quarterbacks, and I think more people would put Carr 4th, right?
I think
it's going to go Mahomes, Wilson, Herbert, Wilson. I think it will.
I think over 95% of, if you polled, forget fans because they're biased, you poll 100 NFL experts.
Okay.
95, if not 99%, would put Derek Carr 4th.
Okay. And the problem, I mean, he's 4th, but is he 10th in the league? Right? He's maybe 4th in the division.
Yeah.
And then their argument would be, if I'm taking this from a Raiders perspective, fine, you put him 4th in our conference, in our division. We finished 2nd.
Yeah.
Herbert was there.
Sure.
Yeah, the Broncos didn't have Wilson last year. We also just did a pretty good aggressive attack on who we've added to this team and gave him a legit number 1 receiver. We still have Waller.
Yep.
Renfro, 3rd and Renfro, right? We still have a reliable 80 to 100 catch receiver. We think we got a pretty good running back in Jacobs. We got a draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like pay attention to us too. We're going to shore up our defense. I don't know. I think we got a new coach. We went through the worst kind of turmoil season that probably anybody had in the league, and we got to 2nd. And we were competing with Cincinnati in the playoffs, who made the Super Bowl. That's the positive take.
I agree with you, and listen, let's do this exercise, and then I think there's a point behind it. I'll throw it, and let's do the old thing. I'm going to throw a name at you. You tell me if you're starting a team, you can go into next year, you want this guy or you want Derek Carr, okay, for next season. Tom Brady, Derek Carr. Brady, of course. Justin Herbert.
I really think that's close. I think there's so much love for Justin Herbert, but at some point that's going to flip if they keep not making the playoffs.
Sure.
Right? I mean, he's good. He's gifted.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, with Herbert, I'd go forever. Well,
okay.
But most people, I think, would lean Herbert, so I'll go there.
I would say this. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But Justin Herbert, second in the league in passing yards last year at 5,014, 38 touchdowns to Derek Carr's 23. I think most people would pick Herbert.
But I also feel like, didn't people think the Chargers had a better roster?
Yes.
They missed.
Yes.
I'm not putting it on Herbert.
Yes.
Carr got him there.
Stafford or Carr?
Feel like that's a fringe, but now when you win a Super Bowl and the roster is not like Stafford as a Lion or Carr, but Stafford as a Ram sounds better.
I kind of agree with you too. And by the way, if Derek Carr was quarterbacking the Rams last year, do they not win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think here's probably the way I would put this. I think Carr is in the group of people that fluctuate every year. Like we're always going to put Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady in that elite group.
Yep.
But then Burrow had a beautiful year, so now he gets pushed up. Matt Ryan at times was an MVP. He's higher. And now he's not as good. Like I feel like Carr's in that top half, but have a great year, he moves up into the top 7.
I think you're absolutely right. I think they have now. Derek Carr has an improved line. Derek Carr has
more weapons.
Wonderful weapons. Derek Carr is going to be throwing to Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Bryan Edwards, Darren Waller, and they've added defense. They've given him not only stability, but he's gotten paid. There's no more excuses.
Yeah.
But what's a success for Derek Carr? What's the lowest he can go and those Raiders can go and you still say, it was worth it? Conference finals?
Yeah, I think they have to be consistently in this run here as a playoff team. Like consistently.
It's interesting. The Raiders are just... I like everything the Raiders have done. I think what sucks is they're potentially penalized simply from the Raiders, when it's all said and done, could end up being the Sonics, the Jazz. They could end up being one of those teams that's really, really good, but is being penalized by timing.
Right. But of all this too, like all those quarterbacks we could list in the AFC, someone's going to be left out. Like at some point we're going, well, Josh Allen's great, but when are you advancing? Or Lamar Jackson or Burrow or whatever the group.
Lamar Jackson's going to have a lot of eyes on him next year. Yeah. Great numbers.
Yeah.
Universally acclaimed as a great quarterback, but the Ravens just kind of...
Hey, Denver, you added Russell Wilson not to get 9 wins, to get to a Super Bowl.
That's exactly
If he doesn't, then same list.